Uh-oh, guess what day it is? Hump Day! Yeah! Oh, come on, I know you can hear me. Hump Day! Mike. What day is it, Mike?
It's hump day.
Hump Day! Yeah! Woo-woo!
Hey guys, we're here doing our weekly What Up Wednesday coming from Westminster, Colorado at the RE/MAX Alliance building. I'm Stephanie Moon.
And I'm Aaron German with Home Mortgage Alliance. Today we thought we'd talk to you a little bit about the pros and cons of having an HOA and how that can impact your pricing when you're out there looking at different property types and when you come across a condo or typically a townhome, sometimes houses as well.
Right.
But more common than not, we see them with condos and townhomes.
Absolutely.
But we are starting to see them with single family residences as well. So from a lending standpoint, when I'm doing a pre-qualification or a pre-approval and I'm talking with somebody about how much you can afford, well, I have to kind of take two different approaches, right? I have to take the approach without an HOA and an approach with an HOA,
Right.
because we do have to factor the HOA as a housing expense. Though it's not paid through the mortgage with your monthly mortgage statement, it's paid outside of that, it's still technically a cost of owning that home, so we have to factor that into what we call a debt to income ratio. And so just be cognizant on how that might be able to impact your pricing. If you're looking at a home, let's say $300,000 to $325,000 without an HOA,
Right.
whereas if you were to find a comparable home, but now all of a sudden it has a $75 to $100 a month HOA, well, we'd really want to look at that to make sure that you'd still qualify. But on the contrary to that, if you were looking at a condo or a townhome, sometimes we can see HOAs in the numbers of $250, $300 a month.
Right.
So just understand that can adjust how much you're approved for, and you'll just want to talk with your lender to make sure that, and your real estate agent to make sure that you're really finding properties that kind of fit what you want to pay per month and what you can afford.
Right.
So,
We run into that a lot. Sometimes I have clients that think they're getting the less expensive way out by getting a townhome or a condo or an apartment, and that's not always true once you factor these HOA fees in. So that's something we just want to bring to light. Also, the pros and cons of having an HOA. It's a team of residents that overlook the community and decide where the money should be best spent. They will cover, depending on what's in your neighborhood, pools, community centers. They'll make sure that the neighborhood looks uniform. That's one of the biggest pros that people like. They take care of snow removal sometimes, a lot of exterior maintenance. Every HOA is going to vary, and so when you go under contract, that's something that we would look into. The cons, sometimes people want to steer away from HOAs because they do have bylaws that say, you have to call us before you paint. You have to call us before you decide to do an addition to your house. You have to call us, you have to put your trash in at a certain time. There's different things, and some people like that, some people don't. So when you start thinking about a house, start thinking, do I want an HOA? Do I want to park my camper in the driveway? Which you wouldn't want an HOA then. So just something to keep in mind. So yeah, that's about it today. If you guys have any questions at all, please comment on the link below. And otherwise, we'll see you next Wednesday.
all right, what up?
Hump Day! Yeah!